Are you considering the new Canon RF 135 f1.8 lens? Watch this video for my quick take as I test it out in my headshot studio, the soccer field, and a dog park. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Scott Lawrence, a full-time headshot photographer based here in Detroit. So without further ado, let's jump right in. How is this lens for headshots? As a headshot photographer, I wanted to see first how it compared to the standard 70-200. Physically, the 135 is just a bit shorter and lighter than the 70-200 2.8. The filter thread's a little bit larger at 82 millimeters compared to the 70-200's more common 77 millimeter. The 135 is mechanically simpler on the outside with just autofocus and stabilization switches. The lens adds a couple of custom function buttons on the barrel, something the 70-200 lacks. And both lenses, of course, have the custom control ring. The 135 focal length is a sweet spot for me for headshots, so no complaints there. But can I really use f1.8 in the studio when most of my work is shot between f4 and f5.6? With the wider power range of my Pro Photo strobes, f1.8 is totally doable in the studio. So I did just that and shot wide open during a couple recent sessions. As you can see here, the depth of field at 1.8 is razor thin. Angling the face just slightly off camera results in the far eye being very out of focus. Now, this is not the way I shoot most corporate headshot work, but it's a great option to have in the toolbox for more creative projects. Even for talent headshots, it could be a lot of fun to use. F-stop aside, I do love the 135 millimeter focal length. My Canon 24-105 is a workhorse lens and can do just about anything in the studio, but it is a little short on the long end for portraits. So this 135 is a great way to drive a nice, tight portrait look. How does it do for sports? Well, first, if you're enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could play a quick game of smash the like and subscribe buttons. It really helps. Thanks, and back to the show. I tried the 135 at a rainy soccer game one afternoon. Now, 135 is definitely on the short end for sports, especially soccer. But with Canon's great autofocus tracking and the right lighting conditions, why not shoot at 1.8 near the sidelines? I really think the results here speak for themselves. It was also the perfect opportunity to use the 1.6 crop factor on a full frame Canon body. This lens has a couple of great custom buttons right on the barrel, which I set to bring up the crop menu settings. On an R6 Mark II, you don't have a ton of spare pixels in this configuration, but if you can fill the frame, you'll be in good shape. And of course, cropping down on an R5 can be done with plenty of room. The autofocus kept up well here. Will every shot be perfectly tack sharp at 1.8? Probably not, but it's good enough in most cases. Trading perfect focus for super shallow depth of field here, I think, is totally worth it, especially for kids when they don't have as much separation as their coaches and parents scream about from the sidelines anyway. The subject separation this lens creates from a relatively short distance is wonderful. Oh, and a general photo tip here. Regardless of your lens choice, photographing sports in the rain always makes for some dramatic images. So if you and your gear can safely brave the elements, the images will be worth it. How about for pets? As an added challenge beyond soccer, I took the lens to chase my dog around a dog park. Where and how would you use this lens? Portraits, sports, pets, or something else? Let me know in the comments. Just like with soccer, the shallow depth of field adds a lot of impact. The lens turns an otherwise snapshot-looking image with overhead midday light into a pretty impressive visual. Autofocus is tough here too, but I'll take the overall look and feel of the image any day. So my final thoughts, this lens is definitely a keeper for me. It is a little redundant, but at a focal range that I use all the time. The 135 will definitely be getting a lot of use. The size I think is a good trade-off too. Combined with a 24-105, which as I mentioned is a little short sometimes for my work, the 135 makes a dramatic complement. And if you pair it with a 51.2, you'll have all the bokeh you can handle and then some. The custom buttons on the barrel are very useful. I think they finally got this right. At about $2,000, I think this lens is reasonably priced. Will you be upgrading? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you next time.